Hey there, Sharon. 9 of What's You Up To Now, documenting and sharing my experience, sharing the journey as I've transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and then back and forth a little bit as I work with hundreds and hundreds of different businesses in all different sectors and both online and offline, as well as my personal involvement in different types of businesses. So today for Supersize Your Business, our idiom was mind your own business. Now, as I got to thinking about this idiom and expression today, of course, it's been around maybe since biblical times, might have biblical references as well as, to keep it to yourself, look into your own matter, pay attention to what is going on in your life, not worrying about what's going on in other people's lives. Mind your own business, make sure that your life is in order before you look into or worry about other people's lives. It's kind of a rude way of saying, hey, it's none of your business. Just keep out of it. I don't want your help, advice, guidance, or anything. But I realized that the only times I've heard that, or I've even said it, was when I knew I had a problem. I knew something was wrong and I was dealing with it. I might have been struggling, but I was dealing with it and I wanted to deal with it in my own way. The biggest area where I think of that is with respect to my now ex-marriage. My sisters would try to say things, or my parents, and I would get upset. It's like if anyone ever criticized my sisters growing up, I can criticize them, but no one else can criticize them, right? It's kind of the same thing. I knew that there were things wrong in my marriage and in my relationship, but I didn't want to hear it from other people. I knew I had to figure out how I was going to handle it and what I was going to do about it when I was ready to do it. But then as I was thinking about it outside of myself, I realized that every time somebody had told me to not worry about it or it was none of my business, it was because they knew of or were doing something wrong or something that they knew was wrong and they didn't want any outside comment or advice on it. I think of several business associates, not my associates, but people in related businesses, or I don't want to name any names, because when I realized that, oh my God, only people say this when they're doing something wrong or they know something's wrong. I have a lot of examples of that when that's come up, but I don't want to share those because that is none of my business and they're not mine to share. But as a quality manager, I realized that whenever we had a quality issue that made it to the customer, or the customers had a problem with something, if I back it up and backtrack it, somebody either knew in the organization or should really have known because they were or were not doing things that were part of our process to ensure that those things didn't happen. Somebody always knew. They knew if they didn't do something, they knew that something happened and that there were ways that we could put processes and systems in place to make sure it didn't happen in the future. But they were, for some reason in the culture, afraid to speak up. Maybe they had quotas that they had to meet, so they were trying to go faster. Found that in corporate America with quality processes and procedures. People would shortcut quality processes and safety processes and procedures because they wanted to get their numbers for their shift. And it's like, nothing is worth losing a finger. Nothing is worth sending customers a product that isn't what they expect. So again, I had some interesting realizations about mind your own business today. Now, I believe that we should mind our own business. We should take care of ourselves, take care of our life, take care of our own business, take care of our families, take care of things that are our responsibility, mostly our personal self and development, and not worry about what other people are doing. It's really hard when it becomes people that we love and care about. Super hard to step back and watch your kids make mistakes that you've made. But some of those things are lessons that we have to learn by ourselves. We can't teach and share that experience. Some things we just have to learn on our own. Everybody's going to get a broken heart, and there's pretty much no way to prevent that. And I think we need that experience so that we can grow and know how to become a better human being down the road. Even though it's hard to watch, sometimes we have to let things happen because they're none of our business. Once our kids reach a certain age, we can only do so much for them. Yeah, we can advise them. We can share our experiences with them and hope they don't make some of the same mistakes that we did. But to think that they're never going to learn and they're never going to have lessons that they need to learn and never make mistakes, that's very, very unrealistic. So I think mind your own business is an excellent idiom. I was excited to talk about that one today, especially when I realized, oh, it's because they know they're doing something wrong or saying something wrong. When we hear on the media, nowadays especially, a whole bunch of spewing about a topic, guess what? We know automatically that there's something behind that they don't want us to see, that the media or the powers that be in our government right now don't want us to see. So it would behoove us, if we're curious or care, to look for what is going on in our country or in the world that we're not supposed to look at, because it's none of our business. If it's none of our business that our Constitution and things are being deteriorated, then we have a problem, because it's totally our business. And if the people that are in front of our face are telling us it's none of our business, that means we should look further, because anytime somebody tells us it's none of our business and it has something to do with us, and our gut says it has something to do with us, and it's going to impact us in some way, that means it totally is. But they also know that they're doing something wrong or saying something wrong. The media absolutely positively knows that they are misinforming all of us, right? The mainstream media. They know they are lying and deceiving and propagandizing us to the point where anybody with the brain has turned off the media. Anybody that thinks for themselves has turned off the media. I turned off the media in the 80s, literally the 1980s, maybe 80, I don't remember if it was 87, 88, 89, somewhere in there, but it was in the 1980s that I stopped paying attention to the media. Why? Because they weren't reliable. They weren't a reliable source of information. And over the last, I would say 10 years, that has exponentially become apparent to anyone that's looking from the outside at what's going on. All right, enough editorializing. So mind your own business. But if it is your business and it has something to do that's going to impact your life, make sure you're paying attention and finding out what the truth is, not just what everybody is saying, right? Everybody is saying, because everybody isn't saying it. Just the people that are lying to you and misinterpreting information to manipulate you for their own agenda is all the people that are saying it, right? And we could discuss that further, but I don't think it's necessary. We each have to make our own choices and our own decisions, what's right for us. And that is part of minding our own business. All right, our daily challenge today, our annual challenge, was about affirmations again. And I wanted to go deeper into affirmations because it's such a powerful tool for me personally. Again, affirmations are different ways of saying affirmations that gets them past our subconscious saying, nah, that's not true for me, and ignoring it and actually causing them to work better for us. And we just say, I am blank. Why is it so easy blank for me to blank? Or how can I blank right now? And I gave a dozen examples of that on the challenge page, which is on my Horne-Ellstrom page on Facebook, or in the Get Up and Go Challenge Facebook private group. There's a private group under Guide 15 that has all of the daily challenges so far this year, plus all 10 previous 30-plus day Get Up and Go challenges that we did during 2020 and 2021, just to keep moving forward. And I share something called the SOAP framework that I've now installed into my subconscious and thousands of other people's subconscious to help them automatically deal with changes and challenges in a way that's best for them on a subconscious level. So they don't have to think about it. They know that they're always getting the best result for themselves because they've created the habit of having this process in their subconscious. Instead of our willy-nilly process of handling changes and challenges, it's a purposeful process that makes sure we get the best results for us every time we're faced with a change or challenge. It's it's like making it as easy as breathing, as automatic as breathing, and not having to think about it. Most of us, unless we have health issues, don't have to think about breathing. We just do it. And handling changes and challenges, if we can make something that's guaranteed to happen in our lives easier to handle, I think that's always a good thing. So today we talked about affirmations, shared a dozen, and then I shared a trick that I use personally to make it automatic every single day that I go through my affirmations, and I don't have to consciously take any action but to push a button and listen to my affirmations in my own voice, thanks to my son teaching me a great strategy that we can use with something that almost all of us carry around every day, all day anyway. And when I combine things I want to achieve with things I'm already doing as part of my morning routine, you know, I do certain things while I brush my teeth. I'm going to brush my teeth every day. So that means that I automatically do the things that I do that I link up with that activity every single day. Same with doing my hair and face. Every morning I'm going to do my hair and I'm going to do my face before I get on my videos, on my live videos. Why? Because I'd be scary. If you think this is scary, somebody told me I look like the witch of the West with makeup and my face done. Can you imagine if I didn't have that done? I look like Phyllis Diller in the morning with no makeup and no hair. All right. If I can help you in any way, please ask. Otherwise, I'm going to go about my day, about my business. Got still things to catch up with from hanging out with grandkids earlier in the week. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.